Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Tonya. I am the host of the Mucho Dinero TV show. And on this show, we empower, we educate, and we promote others on purpose. I have a very, very special guest on here today, all the way from Mexico. Woo, woo!
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Thank you. I'm gonna call you Coach Ty, if that's okay.
That
Coach.
is fine with me.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. You've been such a blessing to me. You have a bubbly personality. You're a loving mother. You're a loving daughter. You're a loving friend. I can already tell it, you know? And
Thank you.
I'm so excited because I get to meet you next week.
I know. I'm so excited for you to visit. It's been an amazing experience moving here. Of course, it's had its challenges, but for the most part, we are loving it here. Me and my beautiful family. I have three children, and I also came with my dad. So it's been a learning experience for all of us, but it's been an amazing journey.
Well, I'm really, really happy. One of the things that I do is I make sure that before we actually travel anywhere, me and my husband travel, we do this extensive research. And I feel like if you're traveling, um, you should do that. So one of the things we decided to do was to reach out to you and book a consult. And I feel a lot more at ease now, you know, with traveling to Merida, and you know, you're so helpful. I placed your website right there so that everybody would be able to go, and it's actually .com, right?
Yes,
Dot-
www.tyanthabrown.com.
okay, I need to fix that. I'm gonna fix it.
That is
But
okay.
that, you know, and that's how we met each other, because it's a godly stalk. It's not a bad stalking. I've been
It's okay.
on social media, on your YouTube platform. So listening audience, you're in for a treat today. Coach Ty is going to inspire us. She's going to teach us. And she's also going to really just let us hear a little bit about her story. So be sure to share this video out. Be sure to connect with her on all of her social media platforms. And Coach Ty, you don't know this, but my one of my nieces is I think she's 31 years old. She just visited Mexico. Now I'm from South Carolina, okay?
Okay.
So when anybody from South Carolina, I grew up on a dirt road. You know, I'm rural
Hmm.
country, right?
Yep.
And so to see my niece in Mexico, and she was slaying in her pictures. She was like sitting she was in Cabo, I think it was. She was sitting on a hand. It was a chair that was made out of a hand, and then
Hmm.
did the little dune buggy things, and she was doing enjoying her best life in Mexico, and I was
Wow.
just so happy for her. You know, um,
Yes.
I feel that Mexico is a secret. And
Yes. You're absolutely right. The amazing thing that I found was as soon as we landed in Cancun, we flew from, I'm from North Carolina, High Point, North Carolina, stand up. But I flew from, North Carolina to Cancun. And as soon as we landed in Cancun, when I tell you, it was just like, it was just magical. You could kind of feel all of the baggage being released as soon as we landed. It's an amazing, magical place. So you are absolutely right.
I was talking to my husband earlier before we started this interview today, and I was telling him, I said, you know, we grew up in America, and we lived so close to Mexico.
Right,
Why
right.
why do we only go to Florida, or why
Mhm,
do we only go to whatever that
mhm,
destination is
mhm.
versus getting the passport? You agree?
You're absolutely right. I believe that we're so stuck. We kind of emulate what our parents did. We would go to, for instance, North Carolina, we would go to the beach, Myrtle Beach or Virginia Beach. Those are like the things. And for us, something major would be to Florida, Disney World. And that's kind of like a lot of my family. Those are like the only places that they have ever traveled is, to Florida and Disney World. But I mean, you can get to Mexico quicker than you can get to Florida, if you
Yes.
depending on how you're traveling.
And what I've learned is that it's a lot more inexpensive.
It
You know,
is. It is very inexpensive to live here. I mean, we have found very affordable housing. My house back in the United States, I was paying, over $1,000 a month for a trailer, and it was a three-bedroom trailer, and me and my children and my father were living in that. So, I mean, if that kind of gives you an idea, right now we're living in a four-bedroom, four-bath house with pool and just beautiful for less than what we were paying back in the United States. You know, it's that type of thing that you have to. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Camera just slipped there. But those are the type of things that you want to look at. As you're. For me, I'm 45 years old, so I was getting a little up in age. So that was one of the reasons why I moved here was the cost of living is very affordable.
I love it. I love it. And Coach Janine, you don't know her yet, but one day you will. She's from the Umajo Global Network. She's our African sister. She's from Congo. She wanted to say hello, ladies. Hello, Coach Janine.
Hi.
If you want to, Coach Ty, you can bring your phone up a little bit more. This is our broadcast, so we can do what we want to do. So if you
Okay.
want to fix it a little bit, that would be fine also. But I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm kind of new to this live stream, so I'm going to leave it there because I don't want it to fall or anything. But I think we're good from here.
You're fine. You're fine.
Perfect.
So I'm just so, excited about having this conversation with you today. And it seems like Coach Janine also, she said she's enjoying the conversation.
Awesome.
So love you, Coach Janine. So what I'd like to do also is like getting to the psychology of actually moving. I don't know about you, Coach Ty, but whenever I need to do something different or I'm being pulled in a direction to be like not in the like the comfort zone anymore, I get a little scared.
Yes.
So to me, you're a shero to me because you did.
Well, thank you. Listen, in the background, I was the same. I was scared. I had my fears, I had my doubts, a lot of concerns as well. It's like, I'm moving to a whole country. I've never even been out of the country before. I never had a passport. So there were a lot of fears there. But things that I have found, one thing that I found is that whenever I'm going through things like that, struggles and trying to figure out what to do, I get to, my space, my comfort space. And that is always just me, myself, and God. And I believe that's what has always gotten me through any situation.
I agree. And I love that. That's what I do too. At the end of the day, because, we're here and we're beautiful and we're on here and everything appears to be like awesome. But, once we get off these cameras, we have to really live the real life. It's not easy. It is not easy. Like Brian and I have been noticing all the rain in Merida. Are you Are you going through? How's that work? How's that happening?
There has been so much rain. Right now, there's a Category 5 hurricane. I believe it's Hurricane Beryl. That is supposed to come through, but thankfully, by the time it gets here, it will, it won't be as strong. But the rain, we've gotten a little bit used to it. We moved here last year in June, and so we went through the whole rain season last year. There is tons and tons of rain. It's completely different. And that's one thing you'll notice when you move to a new country. It's not only, the people that are different, the weather is different. So the rain was one thing we had to kind of just get used to. When it's raining like that, you might as well just stay in the house. There's no point in going out in that type of rain. But it's nice. I'll take whatever is given to me. We've had a lot of heat here in Merida, Mexico. The temperature gets, 110. And it stays like that for months on end. And so right now, this rain season, I'm enjoying it.
Well, I'm happy that you're fine because I've been looking at the YouTube videos and I prayed last night. I said, God, we're going. I told Brian that is nothing but the enemy trying to tell us to which we are gonna go. We're going to Merida, and I'm so excited. Now, last year we went to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico City. Have you been able to travel around any of the areas so far, other than Merida or Yucatan?
No, we've only been here to the Yucatan. We got to Cancun. We spent just a couple of hours there. We flew, we took the bus right into Merida. We travel a few places, lots of beaches here, Progreso and Chichalu beaches that we traveled to here, on the peninsula of the Yucatan. But so far, not yet. But we do plan to. This is not our only spot. We want to venture out throughout Mexico and learn more and see more.
Well, I'm excited about that. Have you, I did not ask you during our consulting session, but have you taken the train yet? Are you familiar with some kind of train that
I have not taken the train. So we do a lot of walking. I said that when we got here, I wanted to, live like the locals. I wanted to immerse myself. So we've done so much walking. We've been taking the taxis, which are like the little motorbikes. We've done Uber and such things, but not so much the train. We have taken the bus a few times as well,
Oh,
but we haven't ventured out to take the train just yet.
this is something else that a lot of people don't know about Brian and me. Whenever we travel to another country, we always take public transportation. So
Mm.
I remember we took it in Spain. We weren't able to do it in Dubai last year, but I really wanted to, because I think that when you get on there's something about getting on public transportation where you're able to see things that you don't
Yes.
normally see. And then I'm
Mhm.
not driving. So, I like it. I really do. I
Yes.
like it too also. So let's see. Coach Janine said, I need to explore these places as well, ladies. Come on. And come on.
Yes. I promise you, even if it's just for a short time, again, it's very affordable. A lot of people, when they vacation, because, we go to these known places like Cancun, there's so much more to Mexico than Cancun.
Yeah.
Here in Merida, there are so many wonderful things to see. One of the seven wonders of the world is right here, the Mayan ruins. So there are cenotes of view, and you can swim with the dolphins. There's just so much amazing things to experience here in Merida.
I'm excited about it. And you know what else I like about it is the fact that I'll spend more money if I went to New York,
Yes.
or if I went to Los Angeles, I would spend more money than we're actually going to be spending to go to Merida,
Hmm.
So that's once again, that's really important to me. So how long have you lived in Mexico?
We've been here for a year now, just over a year. We arrived last year, June. So we've enjoyed it here. We've learned so much. This is our second home, and we're kind of settling in here. We have a pool now. I don't know if I said that or not. That is a must here. Oh my gosh. It gets so hot, and so it's just so nice to have that pool. You could just jump in and enjoy the outside.
I love it. And I watched the children in the pool on your YouTube video. And I was telling my husband, I said, oh, I'm so happy that they have that pool. I'm
Yeah.
just happy for you overall, to be honest with you. Because you're living the life. You did it. You're not
Mhm.
you did it, even though you may have been a little bit fearful. And
Yes.
and then from the South, I don't know, we're such a close knit, and how the South is. I grew up in
Mhm.
South Carolina, you grew up in North Carolina. It's kind of sometimes hard to get away and to get
Yes.
your mind space in a place where you would go ahead and you would actually move. I
Mhm.
left home at 18, joined the
Ah.
Navy at 18, and have went directly, really from Chicago to California. So I didn't
Mhm.
have any family at the time. I didn't have any family there, so I had to grow up fairly quickly. And then
Yes.
right after that, I was in the war. We went.
Ah.
It was in the war. That's how I met my husband. But it has not been easy. Um,
Mhm.
I am Southern to the bone. I'm country to the bone. Will be that way for the rest of my life.
Mhm.
But I enjoy travel. I enjoy doing things like what I'm doing with you right now, learning from you. So my question for you is, how much money do you think a person needs in order to like live in the Yucatan area where you live at?
Well,
What's the
I'll tell you this. Prior to moving here, I'm not going to say we were struggling. We were living a very good life. It's just I found myself stuck in a situation. I felt like there was just no way out. I had just a regular 9 to 5 job. I was just barely making a living check to check. And, it was comfortable for a while. It was very comfortable, but you get, a little up in age and it's like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And so, I found that here it is very affordable again. And I'm sorry, I got a little lost in thought here.
That's
My
okay.
apologies.
That's
But
okay.
I found that here it is very affordable. The house that I had again in the United States was very expensive, and coming here, we've been able to thrive. You know, the money that I was spent making there, even though like I said, I was making very good money, and I took a pay cut, of course, you know, coming here. But even through all of that, I found that it's just a better life for my kids. That was the whole goal in moving. I was in a situation that I wanted, you know, something better. And so when we moved here, that's what we got. It's just an overall great experience.
That's good. That's good. So, do you think maybe $1,200 a month, $1,000 a month?
So, and I apologize. I received a message, and I shouldn't do this on my phone because I get distracted. So that's what we were talking about. Yes, as far as the money, I had a fairly good amount of money for me. I don't know if it's for you guys, but I had my tax money that I had saved up, and typically it's about $5,000 to $6,000. And so I took that tax money and I said, okay, this is what I'm going to use to move. There are ways around a lot of things. For me, I'm a hustler. I would try to figure it out. And so, like for plane tickets, you know, there are ways that you can go about, you know, getting discounted rates for your plane tickets. You just got to do the research.
Okay.
It is very affordable, and you can definitely do it on a very small amount of money, but you have to be smart about it.
Okay.
When I first arrived here, I was like a tourist. We were doing some of everything. And so, say that little $5,000 that I had, you know, it was going pretty quickly. And to a point where, you know, after a while, it was like, okay, I need to slow it down. So that's when that mindset, you know, you have to. I know you said you left home early, and for me, I did the same thing. I left home very early. I was actually 16 years old, and it taught me how to survive on
Oh,
very little. You know,
yeah.
and so with my kids and my dad, you know, when we had those tough times, we just made it work. I grew up in the South as well, so I grew up on, you know, you have chicken one day and you go eat that chicken the next day.
Yeah.
You know, you might have hot dogs one day, you
Yep.
know, or pork and beans and weenies, that type
Yep.
of thing. So, you know, I know how to survive. So for me, if you were like when a situation like me, I was desperate to get out of the United States, not only for myself, but again for my family. And so I made it work. If you want to do something, you can do it. You know, you just got to plan ahead and definitely save your coins. I'm not gonna say come out here with nothing, but it's doable with I would say under $5,000.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So, thank you for answering that question because I know it's going to be different for everybody. Like some people have to have, I don't know, 5 bedrooms, whereas,
Hmm.
you and I, we might just only need 2 bedrooms. So I know
Yes.
it depends on. So,
Ex-
but here's the thing: if you're listening, everybody that's listening to me, if you know somebody else that wants to visit the Yucatan area, you're not alone. Coach
mhm,
Ty is here for you.
mhm.
So
Yes,
her website is right there. While you can, go ahead and book the consult because I don't see
definitely.
me in this price forever.
Yes, I have an amazing price for those consults. Like I said, when I arrived, I had very little funds. And so, you know, getting that kind of like all in one stop, I kind of am able to handle everything within this consultation. You know, find out what your needs, uncover those needs, and get you exactly what you want. And find it in a quickly manner and affordable pricing as well.
She really
Um,
does do that, y'all. I
yes.
vouch for that.
Yes, yes. There are a lot of, you know, other options, you know, but I think for me, like I said, I'm a hustler and, you know, I have a full-time job, but this is kind of like my, you know, second full-time job. And so I'm wanting to offer these prices at a low price because I was once in your shoes where I needed help and I needed it then, but at a reasonable price. So these consultations are at the low price of $25 for 30 minutes or $45 for an hour. And again, I will give you everything, answer any questions within that consultation as well.
Yeah, and she does. And And not only that, you've given me more than what I expected, because you've been giving me feedback. You answer my questions even afterwards. So I agree. Just reach out to, if you know someone that's going to be going to Mexico, or if you ever wanted to go to Mexico, if you live in America, because based upon my limited amount of time that I've spent in Mexico, I've only been to Tijuana, Puerto Vallarta, and Mexico City. So right now, but next week it'll be different. And
Yeah.
but if it's just something good about having somebody there already that you know. And I encourage the listening audience to consider to travel more. All I know is after this traveling that I've done, my mindset has really just expanded. I'm not the same person. The new experiences with people and what have you, I'm just not the same. Here's another question. Do I have to know Spanish really good in order to travel?
Okay, so prior to moving here, I did not know Spanish at all. I took French in school, so go figure. But I didn't know it. My kids, no one knew Spanish. It is very good to learn. We have been practicing. I probably should practice a whole lot more, but it is not necessarily needed. There were a lot of things like Google Translate that you can use. Here you will find that the locals are so amazing at trying to help and understand. They want to learn English just like you're wanting to learn Spanish. So a lot of times you guys are teaching, I'm teaching them just as well as they're teaching me. So it's not a requirement, but it is very good to learn. I feel like if you're moving to a different country, you're in someone else's land, you want to learn the language, you want to learn the culture. I think that's really what it's all about for me.
So I'm going to put you on the spot, Coach Ty.
Sure.
Say something in Spanish to us.
Oh,
Anything.
sure. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal? And I threw a little bit of slang in there that I've kind of learned here in the Yucatan as well. So that basically means hello, good afternoon, how are you doing?
Oh,
And you could say bien, bien, y tú?
oh,
Which is good, good. What about you?
okay. See, I told you guys we were going to learn on here today for sure.
And
Thank
trust
you.
me, that is nothing. I mean, it's so much more to the language, but you learn those, few little words, it'll take you very far.
Awesome. Awesome. I am so excited. I'm excited about coming to the Yucatan area next week. I'm excited about possibly exploring some new adventures with you in the area. Um,
Yes.
I know that I've been placed on this earth to put money into females' hands.
Oh, wow.
I know that that's what God has called me to do. And
Hmm.
I'm so excited about being able to do that really around the world.
Yes.
That's why this month is called Unleash Your Potential month for the
Hmm.
month of July. We're
Hmm.
going to be having guests from around the world. Coach Ty, you started it off with week
Wow.
one, and thank you so much, because to me, you really did unleash your potential. You've
Wow.
done it.
I
You did it.
appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Trust me, it has not been easy, and that was one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel, Adventures of Ty, because I wanted people to know that, no matter what you have been through, no matter what situation you are in, you can come out of it. I've been through so much in my life, and a lot of people would probably say, oh my gosh, or use it as a crutch, and I decided not to. I felt, I realized, I would say after my mom passed, that, there's so much more to life. There is so much out there for us than that little box, I think, that we kind of get stuck in. And moving here, it has completely, opened my mind and my whole thought process. Before it was just, I just want to move to a nice house. I've always had that dream, move to a nice house with this white picket fence and, have a husband and this and that. And I'm like, that's all I ever wanted.
Yeah, I mean,
That's it.
you can go rent that for 1 month.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm
No.
just loving life right now, and I just want to share, with everybody. I think what you're doing is amazing for people like you and me that are out there that find themselves in a situation, or just want more out of life. Not only was I getting older in age, but my kids were also getting older in age, and this world is crazy. And honestly, I used to say this world, but honestly, it might just be America. Sometimes I wonder if it's just us that, it's going crazy, with the violence and the crime, and it's just so
Yeah,
much going on. And it's not only, it's in the school systems, in the
yeah,
churches, it's
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And I just want it better for my kids. And
I
I
don't,
want,
I'm not sure if you knew about what happened with the gentleman walking into the church in Charleston and killing
no.
all those innocent people during church services.
Oh no.
That happened a few years back when you talked about the violence. And I don't know if I've ever met any person of color that has
Mm-hmm.
never been affected by somebody in their family being killed,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
due to gun violence or some other
Mm-hmm.
types of situations. You know what I'm saying, Coach
Yeah.
Ty?
It
So
happens every day.
yeah, yeah, and then but when I look at you, I watched your recent video where you went to get some ice cream
Mm-hmm.
and you were walking at night by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know, in the area where you live to go get ice cream. And
Yeah.
even though, like, I live in Vegas now, right? But here's the thing: I don't know if I will really walk at night by myself in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, it's
So,
completely different here.
yes,
Everyone is just, I mean, violence, things are going to happen anywhere you go. You can't stop that. But it's very less likely to happen here. It's the second most safest place to live here in Merida. And so that is a norm for me and my family. We go out and we, travel, whether it's night or early morning, we feel completely safe. The culture is just so different here. There are things that they just don't worry about. They protect themselves. They are very cautious as far as the security goes, but they don't. There's no thing. Nothing happens here. Nothing really happens here.
we went to Dubai last year, and I remember Brian getting up like at 4:30 in the morning,
Hmm.
and he had to go to the grocery store because we elected to stay where the just regular people live. We didn't stay in like a 5-star hotel when we were there. And
Hmm.
he got up and he went and he came back. He said, "You know what? Nobody bothered me."
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
"Nobody did anything to me, Tonya. I just walked to the store, minding my own business, and I came right on back, and it was nothing." You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I never felt threatened. I never felt like anybody was going to hurt me. I didn't feel that way in Mexico when we went to different parts of Mexico also. So I'm glad that you did it. Know that I support you.
Thank you.
You got a stalker on YouTube. It's not not a
Keep
troll.
watching. Definitely keep watching. I have so much in store. Like I said, we just moved to this beautiful home. So I can't wait to kind of give everybody tours of the updates. We started here with a little bit of nothing. I think we had kind of touched up on this before. When you move here, you have plans and things that you want to do. And I think one of the main things for us was finding a house. When we got here, we had literally just the bags. And
Wow.
so we found a furnished house, our first house, a beautiful house, but it was fairly small. It was an older house. And so, it was a little cramped. And so the next house, we found a house within the same budget, just
Oh,
a few dollars more, but it was semi-furnished. So we've kind of been dealing with, we have hammocks and blow-up mattresses now. We have to take it back a little bit, but
that's all
that's
right.
okay. Sometimes
Yes.
you gotta step back just a little bit, just to move a few more steps ahead. So look, these kids, they still love it. They don't know any different. And I
Yes.
think that's the good part about it. I know when I was growing up, people would probably say our life we struggle. But to me, it didn't seem like a struggle to me. It seemed like good times. We had very good times. And so that's kind of the thing that I'm loving that I'm able to do here. I actually have time to do it now.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
in states you get so wound up and caught up in so much, the hustle and bustle. And here it's just it's slowed down. Everything is just laid back. It's like take time for yourself, take time for your kids. You
That's
don't think
important
about
to
that in
me.
the United States.
Yeah, that's important to me. I have something that I said: practice self-care each day. You deserve it. And then that's so important. And one thing I've learned about traveling more so over the last 5 or 6 years abroad is that you walk a lot.
Yes.
So you have to so that's one tip. If you listening audience, if you're going to be traveling, especially outside the United States, know this: wear your walking shoes and be
Mm-hmm.
prepared to walk, which is a
Be
good thing.
prepared.
Yeah,
Yes.
be prepared to walk. And I enjoy walking because you get to see more, you know,
Yes. But
meet different.
you want to be comfortable and you want to be prepared, because in that heat, of course you're going to be dehydrated. You want to make sure you always got your water, always have some comfortable shoes. What I found is I have to wear tights because with the way my thighs are set up, that friction, it don't work. So you want to be comfortable.
I'm the
But we
same way.
so much walking here. I've lost so much weight. Prior to coming here, when I tell you I could walk down the street and I'm tired, like it's time to go back in. But now, just the walking and drinking water, I feel so much better, so much healthier. Same thing as my dad. My dad is 68 years old. And prior to coming here, he's still on a lot of medication, but prior to coming here, he was on so much medication. I think we all were overweight. But since being here now a year, he is at a good healthy weight. He's just doing so much better. Everybody, you'll see the change. You'll see the difference. Even if it's just a short while, you'll see the change within yourself.
I'm excited about it. I'm open and I'm not, I could care. Listen, I could care if I don't buy another car, I'm okay. If
Yes.
if I don't have like somebody was trying to guilt me into buying homes and stuff like that. If I don't have that, that's okay too. If all this materialistic things, I
But
don't care.
here we go. Oh my God. When I tell you about killed me, it about killed me because I was trying to get that house, trying to get that car. I tried so hard to get a car. I was paying $700 a month for a car payment because I wanted
Woo!
that car, a big
Yes.
car where all my family could ride in and you could go on trips and have enough room. And I'm like, do we really? Now that I'm here, it's like, we did not need that at all.
No, I don't want it. I just, I've taken a step back and I asked myself, this is me being real now. I asked myself, I looked in the mirror, I said, Tonya, what do you want? What
Mm,
do you really want?
yes.
And after I answered those questions, I've been working towards what I really want, you
Mm,
know? So I
mm-hmm.
want to leave a legacy for my grands because I love my grands, right?
Yeah.
And I want to travel. I really don't care about having this abundance of money because what I've learned is that when you're traveling, you only need maybe $1,500, $2,000 a month to live
Mhm,
anywhere in the world outside
mhm,
of the US, most spots,
mhm.
rather.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't say you need that amount of money in like really expensive places, but you know, I've learned that a lot of the stuff you just don't need. And when my mom's been on to be with God about 3 years ago, right?
Mhm,
And when the undertaker came and they had my mom in that velvety bag that
mhm,
you put the person in after they
mhm,
pass away. And my sons and my husband and the undertaker picked my mom up and put her into the car. My
mhm.
mom didn't take no jewelry with her.
None of it.
My mom didn't take any of those
None
cars.
of it.
My mom did not take any of those houses, none of those
Mhm,
businesses. She didn't take
mhm,
any of that with her,
mhm.
none of it. So I
Yep.
refuse to spend the rest of my life chasing the abundance of things.
Mhm.
I'm not going to do it.
That American dream.
I'm
And
not gonna do
who
it.
said that that's supposed to be our dream?
It's not my dream. My dream is to live around the world.
Just to live. And, I look at
Yes.
my dad, he worked two jobs, as far as I can remember, to have that American dream. We had this beautiful house and, cars and all of that, but it almost killed him. He
Yeah.
had, a lot of health issues behind that. And so I look at it now and I'm like, we're living on a little bit of nothing and we're all still so happy,
Yeah, at peace.
at peace, at
Yes.
peace.
Ease with ease is what I
Mhm.
heard on one of these other YouTube channels. Living at ease and with peace. So,
Uh-huh.
listening audience, be sure to share this video out and get with Coach Ty. It's very affordable. Consider Yucatan because it's a beautiful place. Based upon what I've seen, but guess what? I have proof next week.
Yes, you will have actual proof. You will be able to see it from your own eyes that you can have an amazing life here. Like I said, I left the United States stressed out, overworked. My kids, I had no idea what was going on with my kids. My son is about to be 18 years old. next month, and this has been the closest I've ever been to my son.
I love that.
Um, you never know what these kids are going through. They have their own life as well. And if we think this world is crazy, you can imagine what's going on in the school system right now.
I can't. I don't want. Yeah. I
It,
just. Oh.
it's
Oh.
crazy.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
not
just
easy.
being able to get my family, that was my whole thing. For me, it's about my family. I wanted to make sure that we were all able to live comfortably under one roof, not sleeping on top of each other. My
Yeah.
girl slept in the living room for 2 years, on a
Yeah.
bunk bed. Now
Yes.
you have a nice house, but I get that time with them. So much time passes by, and before you know it, your kids are grown. And so I'm just thankful that I had that opportunity to be able to spend more time with my kids. I still work, but it's not that stress of work. I work from home now. I don't have to deal with the stress of, that morning traffic and afternoon
Oh.
traffic. You
Oh.
come home and you already stressed out, and then you got to come home and deal with kids and all of that. Here it's all of that is released. I don't have to worry about it. My kids are right here. I can get up, go into work, knock out a few hours, go cook, come back to work, work a little bit
Yeah.
more. My kids are here. They can play. I don't have to worry about them going out, walking to the store and somebody bothering them. My dad, he's able to get out and walk. In the United States, you have to have a car. It would be been impossible for us to survive without a car. Here we have no car. Everything is in walking distance. So my dad can pick up his medications. He can go to the store. The kids, there's a park. Everything is just right here.
I
So
love
it's
it.
it's amazing.
I love it. I cannot wait to come. Now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do another shout out. I have the lady that does my hair, Princess Brooks, that lives here in Vegas by me. She's a world traveler, and
Okay.
um, she recently took her daughter to Japan, and and her daughter and son, they just came back from Paris, so she travels all the time. But Princess told me that she feels that once Brian and I get to Merida, we probably won't come back to the U.S. at all. And I told her, I said,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's the grands that's going to be pulling me back, but I'm hoping I'll be able to pull all of
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
pull everybody towards just a different lifestyle and a different thought pattern, and
Hmm.
realizing that less is more, you
Yeah.
know. And
Yeah.
what really matters to me is this good, qualities family time. So
Uh-huh.
I don't want to end, but I know we have to end the interview. So let's say that I wanted to get in contact with you, Coach Ty. How could I do that? How could I book
Sure. So you can reach me by WhatsApp. If you don't have that downloaded in your phone, you can visit the Play Store and download that. But it's 999-155-6246 is my WhatsApp number. That's 999-155-6246. You can hit me up by phone. I am always available. I will pick up. You can text me or call me. I will typically pick up pretty quickly. But you can also reach me by email at tyanthabrown.com. That's TYANTHABROWN.com. My YouTube is Adventures of Ty. Definitely check that out. You'll see lots of amazing videos with me and my family. And my website is tyanthabrown.com. That's TYANTHABROWN.com. On that website, you'll get all the info about me and my family, how we got here. You can set up a consultation from there. Lots of good information there as well.
Thank you so much for being a part of the Mucho Dinero TV show today.
Thank
And
you
in
so much for
closing,
having me.
you're welcome. I've had fun. Is there anything, any words of encouragement that you would like to share with the audience before we end?
Yes, I want to just speak to, you know, everyone who has gone through anything, in their life, whether it's been setbacks or, things that you missed, whatever the situation is. If you feel that you're in a situation and you want better for yourself or for your kids, just know that you can do it. All things are possible. All you got to do is have faith. You got to trust God. That has been that's what's held me up through everything in my life. Just believing in God. Every time I find myself in a situation, that's who I talk to. So I think that's what I want to leave everybody with. Just remember that He is the key.
Amen.
And you can have anything you want.
I
Anything
received
you want. He said, just ask.
I received that.
Yes,
So listening audience, if I was you, I would have received that too.
yes,
Thank you so much for being a part of the broadcast today. And like I said earlier, we educate, we empower, and we promote others on purpose.
yes.
We do it with the goal of making sure that we do it on purpose. So I'm so excited. I just gotta
Thank
see
you.
somebody, always a little text from somebody. Um, they're really enjoying the show. They didn't put it here, but they did they sent it through the text.
That's
So I'm excited.
awesome.
So thank you so much, Coach Ty. I look forward to seeing you and
Thank you so much,
next
Dr.
week.
Tony.
And what I'll do later on is I'll go back and I'll put your WhatsApp number. If that's okay with you, I'll share it.
Sure.
Share the WhatsApp number out. And I'll also share out the your website. I'm so
Thank
excited. Y'all be safe in those Merida streets now. Make sure that you stay covered from the water, what have you. And
Yes. Yes, there's been a lot of flooding, but we are good. We got kind of used to it, so it's fine. I think
good.
that hurricane is just gonna pass us right on by.
Amen. I agree with you on that. And it's not going to stop me. We're coming. You hear me?
Yes, definitely. Come on. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see you and your husband. I know y'all are going to love it. I promise you. You're gonna come, get yourself settled. You're gonna go back, and then you're coming back to stay. You're
Okay.
coming to stay.
Okay. Well, bye-bye, everyone. Thank you, Coach
Bye,
Ty.
everyone. Thank you again. Thank you, Dr. Tonya.
You're welcome.